Once upon a time, in a village nestled at the foot of a whispering jungle, there lived an old man. To the villagers, he was known simply as the Old Man of the Valley. They knew him to be weathered, silent, and mysterious. They had never seen him smile, and he never spoke unless spoken to. And even then, his answers were few, cryptic and soft, like the rustle of dry leaves beneath their feet. It was said that no one knew where he had come from or what he once was. But every morning at sunrise, a single black bird would perch on his windowsill, and he would greet it with a cheerful chirp. He would talk to the bird, whispering things no one else could hear, his eyes shining with a light that spoke of memories, both joyous and sorrowful. The villagers often laughed, believing that age had stolen his mind. But they didn't know the whole story. They didn't know that he had once been a treasure hunter, the best there ever was, renowned for his daring spirit and uncanny intuition. They didn't know that he had found something he never meant to keep, something that had haunted him for years. All they saw was a man babbling to a bird, and they thought it was madness. Then one night, when the storm hit, lightning carved the sky, and the wind screamed through the trees. The old man collapsed in his hut, clutching his chest, his breathing growing shallow. No doctors, no family, just that black bird watching with wide, intelligent eyes. In his final breath, he leaned toward it, whispered something with trembling lips, and then closed his eyes forever. The next morning, the bird was gone. For days, the old man lay still in his hut, unnoticed, his body wrapped in the silence of the jungle. The villagers eventually discovered his lifeless body and gave him a quiet burial beneath the roots of an old fig tree. But then something strange happened. The same black bird returned. It flew to the village square and circled above, letting out a loud screech that echoed through the houses and over the rooftops. Then it darted toward the forest and returned, and did the same again. A boy, curious and a bit scared, decided to follow. At first, it was just the boy, his steps echoing the bird's movements. But soon, others joined him, unsure, hesitant, yet drawn by an invisible thread to follow where the bird led. They went deep into the trees, hours passing without a sound except for the rustling of leaves overhead. The bird didn't fly away. It waited patiently at the base of an ancient tree hollow, silent, watching, as if guarding a secret. Finally, the boy stepped forward and reached inside the tree. His fingers brushed against something soft. He pulled it out and unfolded it, revealing a collection of weathered maps, gold coins, intricately carved stones, and a leather-bound journal. As the boy looked through these items, whispers rippled through the crowd. The journal told the story of a man named Elias, a treasure hunter, who once stumbled upon a lost city hidden deep within the jungle. The city was filled with untold riches, and Elias, driven by his insatiable thirst for adventure, took some of its treasures with him. But as he journeyed, he realized that the city held something far more valuable, a secret that could change the world. He hid the treasure and made a vow to himself to never use it for greed or power. Instead, he carried the burden of this discovery alone, sharing it with no one, not even his closest friends. As the years passed, the thrill of the hunt faded, and Elias found himself yearning for a simpler life. He settled down in a small village at the edge of the jungle, choosing to live out his days in anonymity rather than infamy. He became known as the Old Man of the Valley, and the bird, his constant companion, became his confidant. Every morning, Elias would whisper his thoughts, dreams, and memories to the bird, finding solace in its unwavering presence. The bird listened patiently, becoming the keeper of his secrets until the day Elias passed away. When Elias felt his end approaching, he whispered his final wish to the bird, entrusting it with the task of guiding someone worthy to the hidden treasure. And now here they were, guided by the very bird that had been Elias's companion, brought together by an invisible thread of fate and the promise of something greater. The boy opened the journal, his fingers tracing the faded ink. There is a place where the earth sleeps beneath the roots of an ancient tree, where sunlight filters through emerald leaves, and where the soil remembers secrets of ages past. This is where the heart of the earth lies hidden. May it find a home in hands more worthy than mine. The words burned in his memory. He looked up at the towering trees, each one a silent sentinel of the jungle's timeless wisdom. He turned to the villagers, their faces etched with curiosity and hope. "This is where the old man is buried," someone said softly, realizing the connection between the journal and their silent neighbor. Together, they walked back to the fig tree, its massive roots anchoring it to the earth like the veins of some slumbering giant. At the center of the roots, almost invisible, was a small mound of earth. As the boy knelt beside it, the bird hopped onto his shoulder, ruffling its feathers. Carefully, he began to dig. The soil was soft, giving way to reveal a wooden box. The box was unadorned, yet in the hands of those gathered around, it seemed to thrum with ancient energy. With trembling hands, the boy lifted the lid. Inside, nestled on a bed of faded velvet, were 3 items, each holding a piece of the puzzle. The first was a pendant shaped like a jaguar's head, its eyes gleaming with emerald fire. The second was a necklace woven with vines and adorned with luminous stones that pulsed with a soft, rhythmic glow. And finally, there was a ring crafted from a single leaf, its veins tracing patterns of intricate beauty. As the boy reached for the pendant, a jolt of energy surged through him. Visions flashed before his eyes, whispers echoed in his ears, and he saw the lost city of Eldoria in all its glory. He saw the lives of its people, their customs, their joys, their sorrows, and he understood the depth of Elias's discovery. Eldoria wasn't just a city filled with material wealth, it was a testament to the human spirit, a legacy that had survived the test of time. The boy looked at the villagers, their faces aglow in the dappled sunlight. "We should preserve what we found," he said, his voice ringing with newfound determination. "Let us honor Elias's memory by protecting this legacy for future generations." The villagers nodded, their eyes shining with admiration and respect. Together, they decided to keep the treasure hidden, safeguarding it from those who might seek to exploit it for personal gain. The jaguar pendant was placed under the roots of the fig tree, its emerald eyes seeming to gleam with approval. The necklace was hung in the village temple, its luminous stones serving as a reminder of the city's enduring spirit. And the leaf ring was entrusted to the boy, who wore it as a symbol of his responsibility to protect the legacy of Eldoria. From that day on, the village thrived, not because of any material wealth, but because of the unity and purpose that bound them together. They became known as the keepers of the earth's heart, their lives enriched by the whispers of the past and the promise of the future. As for the bird, it never returned. Some say it was just instinct, a programmed response to the old man's passing. Others believed it was more a testament to loyalty and devotion, a creature touched by the bond of companionship, carrying a man's final breath into the leaves and returning only when the time was right. And so the legend of the old man of the valley and the bird that kept his promise echoed through the ages, carried on the winds of the jungle, a tale of friendship, loyalty, and the enduring power of the human spirit. If this story has touched your heart and you're eager to dive into more tales, where nature, mystery, and forgotten truths come together, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you found this video enjoyable, show us by hitting that like button and leaving a comment below. Your feedback is our inspiration to keep bringing you enchanting stories. Thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one. Until then, may your days be filled with wonder and your nights with peaceful dreams.